Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on this Tonor TC-777 USB microphone, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Hey guys, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some general features of the mic, and then usually the way I do my reviews is I do the pros and cons, and I always do the cons first, that way end on a good note. So some general features are, if you were to have it straight down like this distance is 9 inches, so it's not a very tall stand. The diameter of the pop filter is 4 inches in diameter, and the USB cord here is 5 feet long. The mic runs $40 on Amazon right now, so it's a very, very cheap, good budget option if you're into gaming or streaming, or if you want to podcast, stuff like that. So that would be what this mic is for if you're really on a budget. So, okay, that's the general features. So I'm going to go over some other general things about the mic that I noticed. So first thing we're going to do is a distance test. So as you can hear, obviously I'm right in front of the mic right now. Take the sound as you will. The Tonor actually recommends you be 20 inches away. So that's about this distance here. So you hear me at this distance, see how it sounds compared to closer. And then also I'm going to do a 2 foot. So this is about 2 feet away. You can hear this as well. For me, obviously, I think the closer you are to the mic, the more better sound you're going to get. So I'll come back over here. Next test we're going to do is a keyboard test. So if you can see my keyboard here, this is a really old keyboard. It's almost 20 years old. And so it's going to be pretty noisy. I would say comparable to a mechanical keyboard. So let's just do some typing real quick. Hello world, this is my review. So that's what it sounds like. This mic does only have a cardioid pattern, so basically it's going to pick up sound just in front of you. But I think I've noticed with basically every mic I've used and reviewed that even if it's cardioid just in the front here, you're still going to pick up sound from around the area. It's just more focused here. So as I mentioned before, it's kind of a tiny little mic. So I'm going to compare it to my Blue Yeti Nano. So if we take a look at it here, I'm going to turn it so you can see kind of a comparison to my Nano. So as you can see here, they're almost the same size, but the Blue Yeti, the Nano, the actual module here is quite a bit thicker. But if you were to look at it, in terms of basically total like object, they're almost pretty much the same size. This one is just not as wide, and my pop filter on the Blue Yeti is huge, so it kind of just takes up a lot of room. So it's not really that big of a mic at all. But yeah, it's pretty compact. You can connect this to a desktop arm. There is a adapter that you're going to need to buy, so I'll have a link for it in the description if you want to do that. So you can either use it like this with the little stand, or you can put it on a desktop arm as well. This mount here does go, it rotates 180 degrees, so you can flip it if you want to put it on that desktop arm. So just keep that in mind if that's what you want to use the mic for. So from this point forward, I'm going to not edit the sound. So normally when I edit the sound, all I do is I just take out the white noise. I'm pretty simple with the sound, so I'm not going to do that, so you can hear what the actual true sound of the mic sounds like. So you're probably going to hear the white noise. The one thing I might do though is I'm probably going to pump up the gain just a little bit, because I've noticed that with this mic, when you record at just normal, it's a very low setting for the gain, so it's really hard to hear. So I'm going to probably pump that up. I'll let you guys know how much in the actual video in the notes, so you can see how much I pumped it up, just for your reference. So the next thing I'm going to do is the P's, T's, and S's test, obviously because we want to make sure the pop filter and this windscreen that comes with it are working correctly, and just to see how well they work, and make sure that those volume spikes aren't there and you don't hear it with the on the actual mic with that chattering noise, which is not good for when you're trying to record audio. So P's, T's, and S's test. Pop that popcorn. Pop that popcorn. Take that tape. take that tape. Study in the studio. Study in the studio. So that's basically all the general stuff I have on this mic. So we're going to do the pros and cons now. Like I said, I always start with the cons first. That will be end on a good note. So the cons I came up with are very, very nitpicky, to be honest. I think a mic at this budget, at this price range, is pretty quality. It captures sound great. And so the cons that I came up with are, it only has one setting, which is cardioid. So that could be a bad thing. It could be not a bad thing. I think it just depends on your preference. So for me, it's not really a con at all because, when I do my recordings, I do voiceovers and things like that. And so I only need cardioid. I'm not like a podcaster where I want to do omnidirectional and capture the sound of the atmosphere and things like that. So could be a bad thing, could be not. So it only records in cardioid. I've noticed that you do have to be kind of close to this mic to capture the sound really well. As you saw in the distance test, the farther I get away, just the less sound you're going to get. And so that's not always a good thing. It's just kind of annoying to have to stand this close to the mic to get a good recording. And so just keep that in mind, that you do have to be kind of close for it to capture good sound. I think with every mic that I've recorded with, there's always white noise, and there's no difference with this one. There is a little bit of white noise, and since I'm going to pump the gain up, you're probably going to be able to hear it a little bit more, but it's actually not too bad with this one. I've recorded with other mics that have a ton of white noise, so this one isn't that bad, but keep that in mind that it is there. There's no headphone jack. It's just the mic itself with the one USB cord, so you can't monitor your sound while you're actually recording. And if you're a podcaster or someone like that, that's really important, so you don't have to do so much editing in post. And so that's another thing that doesn't come native on this mic. You probably can do that if you use a third-party software or something like that, but keep that in mind that you're gonna have to use that third-party software if you want to monitor your recording. And that's all the cons that I have. And so let's go to the pros. There's a ton of them. First is the price. $40 for a mic like this is super cheap. Like, I'm really impressed with the sound that it comes out with for being such a cheap mic. It's way better option if you're on a budget than say the Blue Snowball, which is a $80 product, or even my Blue Yeti Nano was $100. So this is a way better option if you're on a budget. If you have the money, then I would say, you could go for a Blue Yeti Nano or even the regular Blue Yeti if you've got that kind of money. But if you don't, definitely look into this one because it's a great product for this price point. And at this price point, it even comes with the pop filter, which is awesome. Like for my Blue Yeti, I had to buy the pop filter, separately. It's just totally another product that I had to buy. So it's awesome that it comes with the pop filter stock, and it even comes with a windscreen too, which is great because, like I said, this is such a budget product. I would not expect a mic at this price range to come with anything but the actual mic. So it's great that you get the pop filter and the windscreen. And same thing with the pop filter and the windscreen. It even comes with a stand as well, which is awesome. There have been other reviews where people are saying that the stand is really short and it's kind of hard to record. As you can see, I'm sitting at my desk right now. I put in the mic backwards compared to what you see the pictures online from Tonor. And that way you can actually, rotate it this way so you can get a better sound. So it's more adjusted to your face when you're talking into it. But I don't think this stand is all that bad when it's on my desk here. This is totally fine for me anyway. It's just like my Blue Yeti. I don't have any issues with it being too short or anything like that. I'm just sitting here talking into it. So I'm going to say that's a pro because it's not giving me any issues at all with the height of the stand. As I mentioned earlier, you can flip the stand, so it does rotate 180 degrees, and that's basically if you're gonna, so you can have some flexibility if you want to use it with the stock stand that it comes with, or if you want to put it on a desktop arm and flip it upside down so it's coming down in your face, you can, which is a nice option too. Again, I would not expect that from a $40 mic. I would expect just a microphone pretty much for $40, so it's great that you have that flexibility as well. This mount is shockproof in a sense, and there are rubber bands in there. So basically it does try and dampen sound if the mic is actually moving around. So you've already heard me move it around, but I'm going to do it a little bit more just so you can hear what it sounds like. So as you can see, you probably can hear a little bit of noise as I'm moving it, but I'm sure the shock mount does help dampen that noise so it's not as loud as it could be. So that's just a great option that they included in this. Again, not expected for a $40 mic, so that's another great option. The device connects to your computer via USB, and it's literally just plug and play. So all I did was I took it out of the box, plugged it in through USB, and it was ready to go. So it's super easy to use. You don't have to deal with software and stuff like that, and it's really nice that that is the only thing you have to do to plug it in, and you can start using it right away. No fussing with stuff. And so that's all the pros and cons I have on this mic. I would definitely recommend this mic. I think it's a great option if you're on a budget. It captures sound great. It's super clear and is definitely up there with the other more pricey microphone options, but you're going to get pretty much the same quality for a lot cheaper price. So definitely look into this mic. If you thought this review was helpful, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.